Yeah, what's up? It's your boy, Mr. Vince. And today we're doing another anime video. Today I'm going to review uh, the Fairies 30 Anime Recommendations Part 2. Last time, if you've seen that video, I did a reaction to his chat giving him recommendations. And today I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to see exactly what they gave him and give him a little critique, kind of like how we did last time. And, just enjoy the video, man. So, without further ado, man, as always, if you like the video and comment down below what you think. I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Let's get it.
Normally, as a college student, you'd think my top priorities are getting good grades, graduating, and landing a decent job. No, for the past month, my top priority has been watching 30 anime recommendations sent in by you guys, because clearly I know it's important. I had a harsh realization after my first video that I actually don't know as many anime series as I thought, so instead of asking my friends or family for recommendations like a normal person, I turned to the ones that I trust most with this task, my Discord server. Yeah, that's right, I told you guys to hit me with the best of the best, the absolute goats of anime, and in this video, I'll watch 30 of your recommendations. Hopefully I don't regret this decision, because let's just say my server is full of some very refined intellectuals. So yeah, my expectations are very high. Now, I laid down some very simple rules. Number 1, no hentai, or I'll publicly shame you on this channel. You have been warned. Number 2, include the anime cover and full name just to make my life a bit easier. And number 3, tag me. That's literally it. That's literally all you have to do. I'm betting the stock of TikTok that someone will still manage to break all 3 of these. Now let's be real. If a series is bad, I might drop it halfway and slap it with a 0 out of 10. But if it's good, I'll binge that bad boy and I'll probably give it like a 7 out of 10 or higher. But before we dive in, do me a favor, like the video right now, or I will charge up a spirit bomb on camera and throw it at you point blank range. That hurts me more than it's gonna hurt you. And while you're at it, subscribe. These high effort, long videos take time, and I'm just a struggling college student out here grinding, so you can help me by making the YouTube gods happy. All right.
Hey man, you way up from that 16K though. You're at 27 now.
Without further ado, let's get into these definitely not trash anime recommendations that I probably will regret. Fingers crossed that we get some makers.
Oh, interesting. Kill la Kill is how you start that off. That's interesting. If you like ecchi and like action and they talk a lot of shit, this is the anime for you. The main character's a girl. She has a scissor or half of a scissor, and she's trying to find the other part.
I play Roblox, amazing username by the way, recommended that I watch Kill la Kill. Now before actually watching it, I had already seen a few fight scenes and edits, so I was expecting greatness. A lot of people have told me to check this one out, calling it underrated, but let's be real, this show already gets plenty of love. So I finally sat down.
Yeah, I would never say that Kill la Kill is underrated. It's equally rated. It's rated perfectly. A lot of people like it, a lot of people love it, a lot of people don't like it. It's a little out there. It's ecchi, so their clothes are pretty much non-existent. So I mean, it has its fan base.
My only complaint is there was just way too much gooner activity. Like, why?
Exhibit 1, I'm telling you, it's just, this is the part that people hate. It's just literally, she literally has no clothes on at this point. Let's be honest, she barely has any clothes on.
Is everyone half naked? Don't get me wrong, the story, animation, and characters were all really done well, but man, I am not the primary target audience for those visuals. That said,
yeah, unfortunately, like, I think the visuals take away from the story, because the story is actually fucking great. But when you got to sit there and watch people fighting half naked and people getting shamed and their clothes taken off, it does get old real fast. I don't usually recommend this anime to a lot of people, because it's for a niche fan base of anime watchers, in my opinion.
Said to all the Kill la Kill fans out there, sorry if this disappoints you, but if you do think you're the target audience, then I highly recommend you the show. You're a gooner. The story is surprisingly well written and it's genuinely hilarious. I laughed through the first couple episodes. It strikes a solid balance between seriousness and goonerness, I guess. If there was less goonery, I would have definitely rated this higher, but as it stands, I'm giving Kill la Kill a solid 7 out of 10.
Not bad. Hey, Hajime no Ippo, yay. If you like boxing, this is the shit, dog.
Hajime no Ippo is easily one of the most inspirational anime I've watched in a while. Huge thanks to Otto and Jewel XY for putting me onto this one. I went in thinking it was just about boxing, but there are 10 times more layers in this story than I expected. This is because Ippo isn't just trying to become a professional boxer, he's trying to become a new person. From what I've seen so far, Ippo embodies perseverance in every sense of the word. He doesn't just fight in the ring, he fights through everything life throws at him. Whether it's his mom's struggling to keep their family business afloat, or getting bullied just for being an easy target, or even battling his own self-doubt, Ippo pushes through. His strength isn't just physical, his mind is built different.
For all my people that like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut them off, but like, you watch Apollo Creed movies, like the Creed movies, Creed 3 is literally, he took some instances of that movie or of this anime and made it in that movie. So like, there's a lot of aspects from Hajime Ippo, or no Ippo, in that movie. Like, it's very subtle. It's like the scene when they're quiet and the scene when they're doing the weaving back and forth. Like, it's a great show. I do recommend it. That one and was it Megalobox? I think that's what it's called, Megalobox. The one with the boxing shit. That shit's fucking sick too. So I mean, if you like boxing, like I recommend it. I mean, it does show a lot of like perseverance because like he's poor and they live on a boat and like yeah, it's a great show.
At one point, he even says that no amount of punches can hurt him because the emotional hits, like watching his mom get disrespected or being looked down on, hurt more than any physical impact ever could. No matter how many times he gets knocked down, his body might even give out, but his mind never does. So yeah, this is an easy 9 out of 10 for me. If you haven't watched Hajime no Ippo, go fix that. I'm 100% finishing this after this video.
Okay. I'm about to glaze it. Pause. I'm about to glaze Solo Leveling. It is at first season 1. So it took me a while to watch season 1, and I thought it was just gonna be another like, you know, whatever anime. Like it was a Korean anime or Korean manga. So from Mawa, I think that's how you pronounce it. And it was great. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun watching the first season, but the second season's so fucking fire. Like fight scenes, animation, top tier. Like I gave season 2 a 10 out of 10. Like I love this show. Like season 1 might be slow, and I mean, it's actually, I don't even think season 1's slow. Season 1 starts off banging. Like I honestly give the show a 10 out of 10. Like I'm very curious on what he's gonna say. I know everybody recommends people to watch the show if you're really, especially if you're really into new anime. But I really enjoyed it.
Oh my, Solo Leveling. At the time of this recording, this anime has completely taken over my social media. I can't scroll for more than 2 seconds without seeing this man right here, ore farming. People kept saying he's the ultimate ore farmer.
He is the ultimate ore farmer.
I had to check it out for myself. And after watching season 1 and season 2, I can officially confirm this man is indeed an ore farmer at the highest order. By episode 4, our main character, Sung Jin Woo, just starts tweaking. He goes from a kind, people-pleasing dude to the anime manifestation of Charles Darwin. And if that reference went over your head, I'm talking about the whole survival of the fittest mindset. Once he adopts this, he starts dropping actual human beings with no hesitation, making decisions that the old weak Jin Woo would have never made. But now he's got the whole leveling up system guiding him like an intrusive RPG narrator, pushing him towards ultimate strength. And of course, he's keeping it all a secret. The king got an ore farm in peace. Then season 2 rolls around, and honestly, it's low-key just following the plot of Hunter x Hunter. This is literally the Chimera Ant arc.
Okay, we get it, Hunter x Hunter fans. Like I'm a Hunter x Hunter fan too, but come on now, it ain't following the whole Chimera arc. It's like, it's not the whole Chimera arc. Like, it takes a little bit of pieces from it, but it's not the whole thing. Like, it's not the whole thing. It's the majority of it.
I'm not even kidding. But regardless, the fights and aura moments have been amazing, and I'm hyped for season 3. For now, I'm giving Solo Leveling a solid 8.5 out of 10. But apparently, reading the manga is an even better experience, so maybe I'll have to check that out. Either.
Yeah. So. Cut him off again. There's a follow-on story, kind of like Boruto, where it follows his son. I'm telling you, go read it. Season 3 is gonna be crazy. If they actually animate the whole series or the whole manhwa and the secondary one, like the spinoff with his son, it's gonna be it. If they do it right, Boruto should have followed that model.
Either way, big thanks to all of you who finally forced me to watching this. I actually really enjoyed it.
Hit and a miss. It has its fan base. My family, in my opinion.
To cut to the chase, Spy X Family is about a spy who gives up his entire life and identity to guide the world towards peace. All so kids don't have to suffer through bad childhoods anymore. Pretty noble, I'll admit. First episode had me almost tearing up. Our main character, the GOAT, Twilight, gets assigned a mission where he has to play the role of a family man. So naturally, he goes out and adopts a daughter. Another GOAT, Anya, who just so happens to be a mind reader. You can probably see where this is going. Anya quickly realizes that her dad is a spy, but instead of freaking out, she just thinks he's insanely cool. Over time, Twilight starts becoming more of an actual parent and growing fond of Anya, all while juggling his double life of a spy. This show doesn't do anything particularly wrong. The animation is clean, the story is fun, and honestly, I'm just glad I can finally understand all those Spy X Family memes, with Anya being the strongest. They had her going up against Sukuna at one point. With another season to catch up on, I'm probably going to be sticking with this one and watching it later today. Solid 8 out of 10. Thanks Darius for sending this one in.
And I want to say Anya's actually like a fucking hilarious character. Like, she's so dumb it's funny. Like, it's not even an exaggeration. Like, if you watch it, she's so dumb it's funny.
So far, we have no misses. I'm probably speaking too early though.
Oh, we're going old school. We're going 90s. Okay, Evangelion is niche. It is something. I binged it back in college, I think I want to say, or yeah, during college, and I really enjoyed Evangelion. It's a lot for some people because it's kind of dark, edgy. You can say it's edgy, but it's really dark. There's a lot of dark moments. It's not for people who have depression, because it's fucking depression. It's depressing as shit. Like, the anime is depressing. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a lot of moments in the show you're like, damn, like, feel bad for that character. Like, that motherfucker went through some shit. Like, it is a lot sometimes. So I mean, I'm very curious on what he gives this one.
Evangelion recommended to me by Kendrick Lamar and Holy Rat. Can I please get an explanation on those names in the comments, especially Kendrick Lamar Duckworth? Bro, I'm 99% sure you're not Kendrick Lamar, bro. Now, Kendrick didn't just recommend me this show. He sent me a whole essay on how Evangelion changed his entire life. He broke down to me how it helped him through his struggles, and honestly, this made me way more excited to watch it. See, those are my favorite kinds of shows, the ones that have a lasting impact, and very few have touched me on that level. Off the top of my head, One Piece, Vagabond, and Steins Gate have done that for me. So naturally, I went to Evangelion hoping that I could join that list. Man, it did not disappoint. I've never been the biggest fan of mecha anime, which is why I avoided this one for so long, but I should have been more open-minded, because this anime could only be described with one word: brilliant. Everything Kendrick Lamar Duckworth wrote in that essay made complete sense to me after watching. Without spoiling anything for those who haven't seen it, Evangelion is easily one of the most deeply psychological and introspective shows I've ever watched. It's rare for a series to make it onto my life-altering list, and each one on that list affects me in my own personal and philosophical way. Hideaki Anno, the genius behind the series, is definitely someone I'd love to meet. But yeah, I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10. Amazing show.
Okay. I couldn't get into Erased. I watched like the first 2 episodes, and that's probably where I probably should have kept going. But usually I give every anime three episodes. I don't know. It was something about Erased I didn't really care for. Maybe it was just the time in my life when I started watching it. Maybe I should give it another chance, but was not a fan of this one.
Erased, recommended to me by X Brady Games X. Now, I went into this one completely blind, but I kept hearing that it was an emotional roller coaster, and man, that was not an exaggeration. Right from the first episode, the show grabs you and doesn't let you go. The story follows Satoru, a guy with his weird ability called Revival that lets him rewind time to prevent tragedies. But then something major happens, and he gets sent all the way back to when he was a kid to solve a mystery that's haunted him for his entire life. Now, I love a good mystery thriller, but what really made Erased hit me hard was the emotional depth. This isn't just about solving a case, it's about friendship, trauma, and a second chance. And bro, KO storyline? That one hurt. I was stressed watching Satoru trying to change the future while dealing with some seriously messed up people. Now, the pacing was solid, the tension was real, the animation was very clean. My only slight complaint though, the ending did feel a little rushed, like, I don't know. But the journey getting there was amazing. Final rating is a solid 8.5 out of 10. If you like mystery, time travel, and stories that actually make you feel something, you should probably go watch this. Before
I just thought it was cool. Fan of it. Yeah. I watched the first 2 seasons. I didn't really get into it that heavy. I watched the first 2 seasons. I didn't get into it that heavy, but you know what I mean. Like, something that I fell off on for sure. I heard it actually gets better, but I haven't. I just haven't kept up with it. But it was definitely good when I was watching it.
I watched this show, I kept hearing that it was basically Bill Nye the anime. After
Yep.
watching season 1, I can confirm science has never been this amazing. As a scientist myself, this show has left me geeking. The story kicks off with the entire world getting turned into stone for thousands of years. And our main character, Senku, wakes up in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity is basically reset to the Stone Age. But instead of
just making
panicking,
shit
or
all
just
over
saying,
again.
that, he literally just locks in and starts
Yep.
speedrunning civilization from scratch. He might just be Timothy Bartholomew III, bro. Drop a like if I'm the funniest man alive. One of the best things about this show is Senku himself. My guy is out here casually reinventing human progress,
Yep.
dropping scientific facts like he has a PhD in everything. Every episode, he's out here cooking up electricity, antibiotics, or straight up just Coca-Cola, bro. And the best part is science is actually real. This was really fun to watch and it tinkled my little science bone. I'll definitely be watching season 2 later, but for now, Dr. Stone gets a solid 8.5 out of 10. Shout out to BZ for recommending me this. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, you guys have only sent me good recommendations so far, and it
I
actually makes me
mean, yeah, your list is pretty fire right now.
scared. Like, we might actually be evolving beyond brain rot. I think we may be top 3 communities on YouTube at this point. I love you guys, but hopefully I don't regret saying this later in the video. Also, while we're sharing, you know, the sentimental moment here, go and like the video, subscribe if you're enjoying it so far. Anyways, back to the video.
Hey, I'm gonna hijack that real quick. Hey, if you watching my video on watching his video talking about his animes, you need to like, subscribe, comment, all the shit. You ain't got no reason not to. So I appreciate you in advance. I did not watch Pluto.
I finally sat down and watched the first 3 episodes, and let me tell you, this was not just an anime, this was cinema. I knew Pluto was based on Osamu Tezuka's classic Astro Boy, but pretty much rewritten as a psychological murder mystery. What I didn't expect though was how heavy this show would hit. In just 3 episodes, we're already dealing with grief, war trauma, and the meaning of artificial life. Now, this may be a bit of a sidetrack, but I'm a college student currently majoring in data science and artificial intelligence, so almost every day when I create these algorithms, I also have to ponder the meaning and definition of what it means to be alive, because intelligence is defined as the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. So if a creation of yours can do that, theoretically doesn't mean that it's alive. That is what this show plays on a lot, and I found it really interesting. The story follows Gasich, a detective investigating a series of murders targeting the world's most advanced robots and their human allies. But this isn't your typical mystery. Every murder feels personal, and the way the show explores these characters makes them feel human in a way that most shows don't even do for their actual human characters. Philosophically, Pluto is asking some big questions here, as I mentioned earlier. What does it mean to be alive? Can an AI truly feel grief? And if a machine can experience pain, loss, and love, what really separates it from us? In just 3 episodes, it's already clear that Pluto isn't just about solving a mystery, it's about unraveling the very essence of consciousness itself. Visually speaking though, this anime is stunning. The cinematography feels cinematic, the pacing is perfectly slow burn, and the atmosphere is filled with tension in a good way. It's got the kind of storytelling that makes you just sit there in silence after an episode ends. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna continue this. The first 3 episodes were really good, so I don't even know what to imagine coming next. Strong 8.5 out of 10 so far though. Thanks Gom, Dolly, and the Masked Man for this recommendation.
I haven't watched Made in Abyss either.
I went into this thinking Made in Abyss was gonna be a cute little adventure anime. Look at the
heard it's
cover.
definitely
The
not
actual
cute.
story is literal emotional damage.
Yeah.
The show follows Riko, a girl who dreams of exploring the abyss, a massive mysterious hole in the ground filled with ancient relics, crazy creatures, and absolute nightmares. She teams up with Reg, a robot boy with literal arm cannons, and together they start their descent. Sounds simple, right? Yeah, no. This anime does not hold back. At first, it's all fun and exciting, but the deeper they go, the darker things get. The Abyss is unforgiving, and this show makes sure you feel that. The world building is incredible, the soundtrack is hauntingly beautiful, and let's just say it left me crying a couple times. I'll keep it a buck. There were moments where I just had to pause and process what I just watched. Like, seriously, I can't give enough of a warning if you want to watch this, but let me warn you again, this show is not for the weak. If you're expecting a lighthearted adventure, good luck, bro. Final rating is 9 out of 10. I even watched the movies that came out for the show afterwards, and man, it was just so sad. Thank you, Murky, for giving me the blues, bro.
Gurren Lagann, okay. Another
Gurren
mecha.
Lagann has completely changed me as a person. And let me start by just saying this is a 10 out of 10. No question. This show has some of the best quotes, and it hit me on a personal level because I could literally see myself and my close friends in these characters. I don't even think I can put into words how much this show means to me, but I'm gonna try. Our main lead, Simon, and of course, my goat, Kamina, these two are bros for life, stuck living underground because most of humanity has been forced to hide from the beastmen that rule on the surface. But Kamina, he refuses to accept that. He keeps telling Simon that his drill will pierce
this
the
one
heaven.
as
And guess
well.
what?
I
But
mean, the
drill
animation style is
actually
very,
creates the
very
evidence, bro.
similar.
And that right there is the entire
I don't
show.
remember
That's
though.
the message. With willpower, love, and shared experiences, nothing is actually impossible. If you haven't watched Gurren Lagann, please do. This show
Definitely a
reflects real life.
recommend
When
for
people
sure.
come together and set their minds on a goal, whether good or bad, we achieve things that seemed impossible just decades ago. That's the power of the human spirit, and I don't think any anime has captured that
Gurren
better
Lagann
than
and
this
Black
one. This
Lagoon.
show inspired me not to just keep watching, but to keep going. This channel is my soul, and I'll be real, finding the motivation to make these videos isn't always easy, but
Hey,
this is
man.
what I love to do. I love sharing these
Bring it to the
experiences with
fire.
you guys, and I'll never actually give up on this channel. If you ever find yourself doubting yourself or feeling down, just come back to this part of the video and believe in the me that believes in you. Get up and let your drill pierce the heavens, bro. Anyways, enough motivation talk. This show gets an easy 10 out of 10. Thank you Newland, Caesar, Spectre, and Noah and Asoki, my boys, for recommending this absolute masterpiece. This show has made it all the way to my top 5. And speaking of top 5s, here's
Okay.
my top 5 since in the last video people asked for it. Number 1, One Peak, One Piece, depends on how you look at it. Number 2, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Watch this video right here to know why. Number 3, Steins Gate. It literally shaped me as a human, but that's a story for another day. Number 4, Hunter x Hunter. Number 5, Gurren Lagann or Peak Lagann, which actually replaced my last number 5, Jujutsu Kaisen, so you know it's good. Anyways, drop your top 5 anime in the
Okay.
comments below because now I'm seriously curious on what you guys
Yeah, top 5. Top 5, top 5, top 5. I would say personally, my top 5 is gonna be in no order because I don't like orders. Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto Shippuden, A Silent Voice. Need 2 more. Come on. Something that I always watch. I can always watch. Damn. Damn, why is it so hard? I usually have them off the top of my head easily. Silent Voice, Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto Shippuden. I'll put One Piece up there. One Piece for sure. Top 5, and then damn. Oh, and one that most people don't watch. Fucking My Romantic Teen Comedy Snafu. Those are my top 5. Not in any order, but those are the ones I like the most, and I go back and watch every now and then for sure.
like. Anyways, let's go to the next anime.
I didn't watch School Days either.
School Days. What did I do to deserve this? This is not normal, bro. I went to this thinking, okay, a romance anime, maybe some drama, maybe a little heartbreak. Cool.
I heard it was kind of similar to like Planet, and Planet was way too much for me, so I'm pretty sure School Days probably just as much.
Whatever. What I got instead was a psychological horror disguised as a love story. So boom, we got our main guy, Makoto, and at first he seems like a regular high school student crushing on a girl named Kasura. So far so good, right? Wrong. Because then Sakai, another girl, shows up like, don't worry bro, I'll be your wingman, and helps him get with Kasura, only to immediately start catching feelings herself. And from that moment on, Makoto proceeds to speedrun being the worst human alive. I am not joking when I say this. This man is the LeBron James of cheating. I'm not gonna lie, I just want to mention LeBron James. He literally sees one girl, then another, then goes, why not both? Actually, why not all? My guy literally is just terrible. Now the pacing is absolutely unhinged. One moment it's your typical romance anime, and then out of nowhere it turns into a fever dream of betrayal, manipulation, and absolute insanity. You think you're watching some slice of life anime, then suddenly you realize you're trapped in a slow descent into madness, bro.
That's
Don't even
crazy.
get me started on the ending. This is literally what the show is popular for. If you know, you know. If you don't know, just brace yourself, because by the time the credits roll, you'll be sitting there staring at your screen, questioning every single decision that you made that got you to watching this. My final rating for this is low-key 10 out of 10 for entertainment, 0 out of 10 for everything else. If you want an anime that makes you feel like you just lived through a social experiment, School Days is definitely for you. Thank you,
Okay.
Gorky, I guess. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was recommended to me by Real Aura and many others.
It is a
And
great
after
show.
watching it, I get it. I 100% get it. This
Yeah.
isn't just a good anime. This is peak fiction. Now let's talk
Yeah.
about why Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is so goated. First off, the storytelling is pretty good. From episode 1, it hooks you with one of the most tragic backstories ever, which is why a lot of people who begin watching anime really love this show. 2 kids just trying to see their mom again, only to commit one of the biggest L's in human history or anime history. They break The one rule of alchemy, equivalent exchange. Ed loses his arm and a leg, Al loses his entire body, and now they're on a journey to get everything back, pretty much. That's not just good writing, that's pretty much emotional investment from the very start. The world building though was damn near flawless. Amethyst is a fully realized world with real consequences, real politics, real conflicts. The story doesn't just focus on the Elric brothers, it gives us a wide cast of characters that feel like main characters in their own right. I haven't even watched the rest of the anime, but Roy Mustang is a GOAT, Ling Yao is a GOAT, Oliver Armstrong is a GOAT. Even the villains, Father and Homunculi, are so well written that you genuinely get why they do what they do. This show is getting a 9 out of 10 so far. I just need to finish watching it, but so far it's pretty good.
Fun fact about that one is it was one of the first ones, not Brotherhood, but the original one was one of the first ones I think on Toonami that I used to see all the time as a kid. But the original one is, I won't say totally different, but it's a lot different pacing wise. I think there's more episodes in the original, just Full Metal Alchemist, than it is in Brotherhood. Brotherhood is more like a fast-paced one for like the people that don't want all the filler and all the excess BS. So if you do watch it, make sure you watch Brotherhood and not just Full Metal Alchemist, because Brotherhood's more streamlined and it's better animation wise too. It was newer animation style versus the original one. And Code Geass, I mean, hey man, if you don't know about this one, fucking fire as well. Lelouch. I mean, at the end of the day, Lelouch.
Code Geass was recommended to me so much, even my roommate looked me dead in my eyes and said, I need to watch Code Geass. He said it like I would die, bro. So this video gave me the perfect chance to do that finally. To put it simply, this story takes place in an alternate timeline where Britannia just colonized the entire world like it was an open world strategy game. Japan has disappeared now and is called Area 11, and the Japanese people, or the 11, are treated like second-class citizens under the Britannian rule. Off the bat, this show is setting up some major political and ethical themes, so very cool. Then we got Lelouch. This guy is the definition of manipulation, bro. He's not your typical shonen protagonist. He's not trying to be the strongest fighter.
He's not even a protagonist. Isn't he like an anti-hero? I think that's what they consider Lelouch, as like an anti-hero more than a typical hero. I fuck with him.
He just wants revenge. Lelouch is a former prince of Britannia who got betrayed, exiled, and forced to live as a regular student. But he's not playing the victim. This guy's calculated, ruthless, and he moves like a grandmaster on chess in a world of checker players. Then in episode 1, fate hands him a literal game changer. He meets CC, who grants him the Geass. This ability lets him give one absolute command to anyone, and they have to obey it. And he immediately just weaponizes it, no delay. His first use was giving the command die, and boom, an entire squad of soldiers just got wiped out. Lelouch doesn't hesitate, doesn't flinch. He sees the power and just abuses it. Final thought, the first 5 episodes are fire. The political tension, mecha battles, and mind games, power struggles already make this feel like something legendary. I will 100% be watching the rest later on. Legend, W recommendation.
The emotional roller coaster. Oh, you talk about emotional roller coasters, yo. Another one that I say is not for the weak, dog. ReZero is not for the weak. Do not come in saying, oh, I want to watch ReZero. You don't know what you're asking for. The first season, long as hell, every episode is like 45 minutes to an hour. Is a lot. And the shit that Subaru goes through is fucking insane. I heard it's even worse in season 3. I haven't watched season 3 because it's the longest shit. The first episode's like 2 hour and a half. Like, I gotta be in the right mental space to watch it because I heard it's even crazier. But when he Return by Death, bro. Return by Death is an insane power. And Subaru is just your typical isekai guy, and he thinks that life is, he doesn't know how to use his ability. He abuses it too much in the beginning, and he sees all the consequences, and it is bad. Like, it is, in the beginning, it gets real bad, but it's very interesting. I love the show. I actually recommended it to my girlfriend, and she watched it and she was hooked. It's fucking good, man. At the end of the day, it's good.
Alright, ReZero. This anime had me stressed out within the first few episodes. I went in expecting some standard isekai adventure. This show had different plans for me. It starts off as your average guy gets transported to another world setup, quickly turns into something way darker, and I low-key was not prepared. So we got our main guy, Subaru Natsuki. He's a regular dude, gets pulled into a fantasy world, and of course, assumes he's about to be chosen with some broken bout. But instead of getting god tier strength, he gets returned by death, which means every time he dies, he resets back to a specific point in time. Sounds pretty useful, right? Wrong. It's not, because he still feels
Definitely
every
not.
single death. And when I say this anime does not hold back on his suffering, I mean it. At first, Subaru is your typical goofball protagonist, jokes around and gets excited about being in a new world, and instantly falls for Amelia, this kind-hearted half-elf girl who helps him out. Imagine dying repeatedly, trying to save people you care about, failing, and then watching him die horribly, and then being the only one who remembers it. This anime does not give him plot armor at all. As resets keep happening, we see different sides of these characters, and it adds a whole other layer to the story. I'm not gonna lie, this is like, I'm debating a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 for this one, but I don't know. You guys give me a rating.
9.5 is pretty generous. I think it's a lot because of the psychological aspect on his end. He suffers a lot. Like you'll see in the anime if you ever watch it. Like combat death is not easy at all. Like he feels every pain every time he dies. Like he feels everything. It's crazy. Another goat. Oh shit. Okay. I'm a huge fan of the show. I was so much a huge fan that I ended up reading the manga. The manga is like a weekly or a monthly thing. Like it's still been written, but it's fucking good. I love it. I fucking love it. I tell everybody to watch it at least once. Like as long as you can get through the first few episodes, it's a fucking fantastic show.
Where do I even start? This anime is peak isekai, and I'm not even a fan of isekais, I'll be completely honest, but this was actually pretty good. But it gets ruined because it's also peak Gooner activity. Like, bro, what are we doing here? So first off, we got our main dude, Rudius. In his past life, he was a certified Gooner. This man was a jobless basement dwelling menace, and then he gets isekai'd after getting hit by Truckun. But instead of panicking like a normal person, he immediately starts gooning. Bro is reborn as a literal baby, and his first instinct is to check out his mom. All right, bro.
Yeah, he was weird on that one for sure.
But Mushoku Tensei isn't just degeneracy. The show is actually pretty good. The animation is really beautiful. The magic system is actually thought out instead of some random power friendship nonsense. And somehow, despite being a goon in the early episodes, Rudius actually gets good character development. And I'm convinced this show is actually designed to attract the most down bad teenage audience possible. But if you power through the questionable moments, you get a story that's actually compelling. But my final thoughts, this anime is a masterpiece with unnecessary amounts of degenerate activity. It's funny, emotional, well animated, and actually makes the isekai genre look good. Well put. Not really. Call it 8.5 though. Thanks for a recommendation, J-Rex.
I watched that shit too, bro. I never finished it. It was like whatever.
Sent in by Ali Esso. And going into this, I knew two things. One, the animation was going to be absolute chaos. And two, this show was about a city where humans and monsters just casually coexist. But what I didn't expect was how philosophically layered the show actually is. The story follows Leonardo Watch, a regular dude who gets gifted the all-seeing eyes of God at the cost of his sister's sight. Looks very similar to another series I know, very similar. With this insane power, he ends up working with Libra, a secret society of overpowered weirdos who protect Helsalim's lot. Basically the New York City if it had no rules and interdimensional creatures. Now my only complaint is that sometimes the pacing feels a little breakneck. Honestly, I didn't mind that much. It's a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I didn't really like it. Silent Voice. I already made a video on this fucking movie. You know how I feel about it. I love this movie. It's in my top 5. I fucking love it. It's emotional roller coaster. I bought the fucking manga. You can't even see it, but I bought the fucking manga. And it comes with a little fucking with Shoko's little fucking diary. It's fucking sick. You watch the movie.
A Silent Voice was recommended to me by Maida, and he specifically told me to watch in dubs, so I did. This movie is pretty much required watching for being any anime fan, and after watching it, I completely understand why. Now let's get one thing straight. This is not just a sad movie. This is a beautifully crafted human story about guilt, redemption, and the struggle of living with your past mistakes. I went in expecting a little drama and some emotional moments, but nah, I got my soul touched for 2 hours.
Yep.
Okay, pause. I did not mean it like. We follow Shoya.
We know what you meant,
starts off as an absolute menace. This kid bullied a deaf girl named Shoko back in elementary school, and karma came back for him swiftly. His friends turned on him, and he spends the rest of his life crushed by guilt, convinced that he doesn't deserve happiness. The storytelling here is actually insane because you feel actually bad for him, not because he was bullied back then, but because you can see how much he regrets everything and genuinely wants to change. That's real character development and shows the difference between humans and a true monster. Then there's Shoko, sweetest, most pure-hearted character,
so nice.
Yet she carries so much pain. Watching her try to blame herself for everything, struggle with her own worth, and still try to smile through it, it was pretty heartbreaking. The moment she stood on that balcony, bro, I was just like, damn.
When she stood on the balcony, when I watched it the first time, I literally lost my mind. I was like, bro, what is she doing? What is she doing? What is she doing? What is she doing? And you see what she does, and you're like, what the fuck? And then everything that transpires afterwards, you're,
I had to pause the movie and rethink
Yep.
everything. The movie
Yep.
doesn't hold back when tackling depression, loneliness, and social anxiety. And the way they visualize Shoya's struggle, how he literally sees X's covering people's faces because he feels unworthy of connection, it was a brilliant illustration of these mental health issues. By the time the credits rolled, I was just sitting there in silence. It's the name, the silence. Never mind, that was not funny. This isn't just the type of movie you just finish and move on from. It lingers and it makes you reflect on your own life, your regrets, and the people you hurt along the way. Final rating, 10 out of 10.
Definitely a 10 out of 10.
It's an experience. If you somehow haven't watched The Silent Voice, go watch that now, man. Also, be prepared to cry a lot.
Trigun.
This anime is a wild ride from the very start, and
I recommend if you do watch Trigun, don't watch the new one. Watch the original one, like he's showing right now with the original art style. The new one's a little bit more fast paced, and they changed a lot of things in the new one. So if you do watch the Trigun, make sure you watch this one.
I mean that. Literally, the world is a dusty, lawless wasteland, and our main character is a walking contradiction. And my favorite part about the show that I've seen so far is how it switches between absolute comedy and deep emotional weight like it's nothing. Let's talk about Vash the Stampede. This man is introduced as the most dangerous outlaw alive, carrying a $60 billion bounty on his head. Everyone's out to get him. He dodges bullets like it's a sport, cracks jokes in the middle of shootouts, and somehow he never actually kills anyone. But beneath all the dumb antics and comedic writing, you can tell there's something deeper going on. He's not just some reckless idiot. He's deliberately avoiding violence at every turn. This dude's a literal walking disaster. Somehow he's the kindest soul in the entire wasteland. Even though I only scratched the surface, I can already tell this show is gonna hit hard later on. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that, gang. I'm just gonna dox your real name. Thank you, Evan, my goat. Solid 8 out of 10 recommendation.
Oh, another one that I ended up reading after I watched the first season. I actually bought the fucking light novels. I didn't even buy the manga. I have the light novels of 86 and I loved 86. It's a mecha, like post-war mecha-ish thing where the mecha fighters are slaves to this like high race. 86 is fire. 86 is fire. I loved 86.
All right. 86. This anime had me thinking I was about to get some standard mecha action, you know what I mean? And I'm not even a fan of mecha.
It's a little bit different.
Nah, this show threw me straight into depression, bro. Be boiling, Nicola, Sandy, Nav. What have you signed me up for? So first off, we got this futuristic world where the Republic of San Magnolia is in war against the Legion, which is autonomous AI killing machines. But here's the catch. The Republic claims they're fighting with drones, like, oh yeah, we're human casualties, everything is fine. Lies. What they don't tell the public is that they're forcing an entire race of people, the 86, to pilot these drones and die in their place. They keep fighting anyway, and honestly, these characters are some of the realest people I've seen in anime. The atmosphere of this show is bleak. Most anime at least try to give you some moments of hope. But yeah, this is not the one. Every time you start liking a character, the show reminds you that this is a war. No one's safe. And it kind of reminds me of Attack on Titan, I'm not gonna lie. I'll definitely be watching.
I would say it reminded me of what's the fucking show that I always wait to Game of Thrones anime. I'm stuck on it right now.
The rest 9 out of 10.
If I remember, I'll come back to it.
Pretty peak, I'm not gonna lie. Also, go like the video right now if you made this far. You're my goat. You're literally my goat.
Facts. Hey, speaking of goats, Cowboy Bebop, let's go.
This show can only be described as one word: cool as heck. I know that's three words, okay? But you still haven't liked the video yet, so it shouldn't matter to you. Go like the video. First things first.
Yeah, I heard that, man. Go like the video. Go like my video. Like my video. Comment down below. Do something. You see, Spike, I'm holding you at gunpoint now. Like, you go do something, okay? Damn.
This video just oozes style. The jazz, the atmosphere, the cinematography. This is anime, but this is also a full-on cinematic experience. And this isn't just some random sci-fi setting. It feels lived in, messy, and real. Like you could just hop on Bebop and go bounty hunting yourself. Now let's talk about my boy Spike. The definition of effortlessly cool, and probably the smoothest anime protagonist of all time. What really got me is actually how he's kind of broken inside. This man's out here acting all chill, dodging bullets like it's nothing, but deep down, he's drowning in his past. Tragic backstory mixed with his carefree attitude makes him one of the most interesting characters I've ever seen. The pacing of the show also is wildly unique, and I think is what makes it really popular. It's almost episodic, meaning there's no immediate must binge feeling, but every episode has its own mini movie with a banger storytelling and some seriously deep themes. One episode will have you laughing at a dumb bounty hunter shenanigan, then the next will have you contemplating the meaning of life while a saxophone solo plays in the background. Since I'm only partway through, I can already tell this is one of the shows that's gonna stick with me, but I'll hold off on my final rating until I finish it. But for now, an easy 9 out of 10. Still, thank you for this W recommendation, my boy. This show is
I never heard
absolutely
of this.
unhinged in the best way possible. Imagine
GTO,
if your
right?
high school teacher was a former gang member, had the emotional intelligence of a potato, and somehow more wisdom than 90% of the education system. That's
Okay.
Onizuka. Bro pulls up like, yeah, I want to be a teacher, but not because he cares about grades or lesson plans. He just wanted to date high school girls, which is kind of insane, bro, and worrying. Like, there's actually people
What
out
the
there
fuck?
like this. But somehow, despite being a full-time menace, this man ends up saving these kids emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. He doesn't teach math. He teaches kids how to stand up to their toxic parents, deal with bullies, and not crumble under pressure of society's nonsense. Like, bro's lesson plan is literally like this: fight student's abusive dad, body slam a corrupt faculty member, teach respect through WWE tactics. It's dumb, chaotic, and actually one of the most heartfelt things I've ever seen. Onizuka might not have a single brain cell to spare, but he's got the heart of a goat. He's my goat. Solid 9 out of 10, I'm not gonna lie. I'm debating
I haven't
if
watched
this is
this
a
one.
solid 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. You can know, you really handed me the blueprint for what the education system should have been.
Yeah, GTO.
Danganronpa
I
is
started
a high
this.
school battle royale with a talking bear, and
Didn't
honestly,
like it.
I'm not even mad. So the premise is a bunch of ultimate students who get trapped in a school where the
Mhm.
only way to graduate is to kill someone.
There's also a movie about movie too. I didn't like the series. I watched like 6 or 7 episodes maybe, and I dropped it. I just like whatever.
And not get caught. And the guy running the whole circus is Monokuma, a literal bear demon who is half TED Talk, half terrorist. And when I say the bear's evil, I mean he's roasting people, setting up death games,
He
and laughing at
definitely
them
evil
like a
as hell.
Saturday morning cartoon villain. Now, every time someone gets clapped, the rest of the students gotta hold a trial and figure out who did it, Ace Attorney style. And if they guess wrong, they all die. If they guess right, though, only the killer gets off. It's funny, dark, over the top, and weird in a good way. Characters are dropping like flies, betrayals every other episode, and I was kind of enjoying it. Only thing is, there's some bad rumors about the fan base, but that's about it. Solid 7.5 out of 10. Thanks, Cody, for recommending.
Nah. I've heard about Nana. Didn't watch it. It's another older anime. I think it's like one of the first ones where it's like about. Actually, I don't remember what it's about.
I was expecting a cute little anime when I got hit with emotional warfare, heartbreak, and toxic relationships, bro, and complete dreams falling apart. Like, look at the cover art and then look what I just told you. So basically, we got 2 girls named Nana. One is sweet, naive, and just trying to find love in Tokyo. The other one, however, is a literal rock star with abandonment issues and a nicotine addiction. They meet on a train and end up being roommates. What follows is probably one of the most realistic portrayals of a messy adult life that I've ever seen in anime. This show is not here to play games. It's not will they make it, it's how hard will they fall. Every episode feels like a Twitter thread on toxic exes, broken friendships, and secret things you experienced during your 20s that you don't tell anyone. I actually don't know where I was going with that, I'm not gonna lie. Nana is just real, it's raw, it's dramatic, and it makes you look at your own life like maybe everything's alright, you know. Like, this one's getting a nice old 8 out of 10. Marks were nice, I don't know how to pronounce that. Nice recommendation, bro.
Never heard of this one either.
I didn't expect to get emotionally attached to a bunch of dudes running in sweatpants, but here we are. The show starts off with one guy literally chasing a nerd down the street and saying, "You like running, right?" But somehow it becomes one of the most wholesome and motivational
What?
sports anime I've seen in a while. It's
A
like
sports
Haikyuu, but
anime.
if the boys had shin splints and the motivation to run. All these guys are living in a janky college dorm, and most of them don't even like running. One guy is a chain smoker, another one can barely jog to the convenience store, and yet somehow they're training for one of Japan's biggest marathons. It's delusional, but it's the kind of delusion I respect. What hit me though
Okay.
is the anime is low-key about finding purpose, especially when you've already failed or given up once. Everyone's got a reason they're running, and by the end, it's not even about winning. It's about growth, friendship, and trying to outrun your past self, and maybe your student loans too. But I don't gotta worry about that because I got a full ride to my college. W Flex. Leave
Bragging.
a like, please. Actually, you know what? You don't have to leave a like. What if I say you don't have to leave a like? Would you leave a like if I... Alright, never mind. A very high 8.5 out of 10, by the way. You guys are really
shit.
not disappointed today. But yeah, shout out to C Love for this. CC, you said
We all know how I feel about this show. It was one of the first anime videos I reacted to on my channel. Yeah, we saw how that went with the reactions. I mean, if you haven't seen that video that I made, it was reacting to Scamboli's video on this, and yeah, it's
me out. You handed me this anime entitled looking like Sailor Moon meets Hello Kitty, but instead I got a pretty sad show when you look at it. First I'm like, okay, magical girls fighting weird monsters, this is chill, and then suddenly the plot just hits a full 180. I'm watching these middle school girls get mentally and emotionally obliterated by the consequences of hope itself. The real villain here is that little white rat. Bro looks like a Squishmallow, but it's actually a manipulative energy harvesting space demon in disguise. He's out here.
That was the same scene that Scamboli featured me in the video for. Right there.
Gaslighting 12-year-olds into making irreversible contract like it's a TOS agreement that no one reads. All jokes aside, this was a pretty good anime. 6.5 out of 10.
5.
Okay, I've only seen the first few episodes, and already my brain is doing gymnastics, trying to keep up with who's summoning who, who a holy grail is, and why everyone is wearing drip while Loki throwing hands like it's a history final. If that was a funny joke, like the video. Okay, I'm done. I'm rage baiting right now. You don't have to actually like the video right now. So here's what I've gathered so far about the Fate series. We got 7 mages, aka masters, each summoning a legendary figure from history, or aka servants.
Fate was cool.
In a secret battle royale for the holy grail. Best part so far is the animation.
The animation is lit. The story's kind of whatever in my opinion.
Every single episode like they're trying to win the Michelin star in 2D. I saw Archer and Lancer clash and immediately paused just to stare at the screen like I was looking at a Renaissance painting, bro. Rating so far is a 9 out of 10 with the potential to be a 10 out of 10. That's the first time I ever said that, and depending on how much brain cells I retain by the end, it may be a 10 out of 10. Thanks Anki Bank. W recommendation. A lot of people send me this, but you are the chosen one, bro.
Okay, we talking about another GOAT, Samurai Champloo. Like, let's go. Like, we talking about another jazzy, funky, great story, hilarious, like anime, like with some seriousness into it. Like, Samurai Champloo. You had to be there, bro, in the early 2000s, man. Like, you had to be there.
I watched like 5 minutes of Samurai Champloo, and I already felt like I need to put on a kimono and freestyle battle someone in a rice field, bro. Like, it touched me. This anime is what happens when you take samurai sword fights and mix it with a lo-fi hip-hop beat. It's literally Edo period Japan, but directed by a guy who probably owns every MF Doom vinyl. And if you don't know who MF Doom is, he's a very good artist. Check him out, and rest in peace, my goat. What I really love about this show, though, is that it blends modern music and editing with historical settings like it's no big deal. And bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm rating this like a solid 8.5 out of 10. Easy. Heart, thank you. I feel cooler just by watching this, and I'm definitely finishing this after this video.
Yo, I just finished season 1 of Link Click. I didn't think it was gonna be that good, and it was actually fucking pretty fire. So I would recommend Link Click as well. Like, it's a good show.
2 dudes, Shang Zaishi, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Lu Gong run this little photo studio, but with a twist. They can literally jump into photos and relive moments through the eyes of the person who took them. It's like Freaky Friday, but with trauma. They're out here solving problems, fixing people's regrets, and also casually unraveling dark secrets like it's CSI Shanghai. That was a W joke. Visually, this anime is so crisp, bro. The animation, the pacing, the music was all amazing. Hopefully, I can use a soundtrack in this video. Riri, this show is actually phenomenal, but next time, give me a heads up when the vibes switch from slice of life to slice of paint. Solid 8.5 out of 10.
Oh shit, Saki K is funny as fuck. It's funny as fuck. I like Saki K.
The Disastrous Life of Psyche K. I've never seen an anime destroy every single shonen trope in existence.
It's
you blink
hilarious.
and you just miss like 5 punchlines, 3/4 wall breaks, and a complete deconstruction of the main character's life. Psyche himself is the pinnacle of a deadpan protagonist who has every psychic ability imaginable: telepathy, teleportation, time travel,
and he can blow up the world.
Wants to live a normal life, apparently. The problem, everyone around him is slow, bro. They got no brain cells. The humor in this show is non-stop. There's no setup, no breathing room, just joke after joke after joke. And the best part, it actually lands. I like how Psyche K narrates his suffering like a tired old office worker. This is pretty much a 10 out of 10 comedy anime. I'm not gonna lie. Minimum rating, solid recommendation. If you want a nice laugh, go watch this.
Haven't watched none of these.
Shout out to Kinbo for the last recommendation, Eden of the East. So boom, we're starting off with our main guy, Takizawa, who literally pulls up butt naked in front of the White House. No memory, no clothes, just vibes and a phone with 10 billion yen on it. At that moment, I knew this show was about to be different. I mean, what the heck is going on? Turns out my guy is one of the 12 people to be chosen as the Celestial. I do not know how to pronounce that. I'm not gonna lie. A group of individuals given a special phone that lets them use the massive fortune to save Japan, quote unquote. I mean, they can call in any request: government takeovers, assassinations, erasing the search history, anything. If they run out of money or fail to accomplish their goal, they die. What I love about this
Damn.
show, it doesn't spoon feed you answers. Instead, it makes you think about the responsibility that comes with power. Like if someone hands you unlimited money and influence, what would you actually do with it? Would you fix society, or would you pull a full villain arc and buy an island just for the vibes? Solid 8.5 out of 10
That's a
for
good
sure.
question.
Kimbo, I see what you're doing here. You wanted to send me down a government conspiracy rabbit hole, and now I'm questioning the meaning of wealth, fame, power. The One Piece is real.
One Piece! The One Piece is real!
The One Piece is not
Leave a
real.
like on the video if that was a W segue to the joke. Alright, I need to go study for my final exams now, but do me the favor of liking the video. I know I asked a lot in
Always.
this video, but please subscribing if you're new, and join the Discord if you're new around here to possibly be in the next one of my videos. This video took so long to make, but I hopefully will have it out before I begin my final exams. Anyways, you guys have an amazing day. I'll see you in the next one.
Okay. Hey man, that was his 30 anime recommendations. And so far, I mean, I watched majority of those. Actually, they're pretty good. I will say, I will leave. There should be in this video. There should be the last video I reacted to of his, and as well as the other anime video I recommended from me that I talked about earlier in this video. So hey, as always, man, if you like the video, comment down below your thoughts and what you've been watching and what animes you would recommend somebody. And if you like some of the animes he liked or he recommended, if you thought he rated some animes too high, like let me know what you guys think, man. And I'll see you guys on the next one. As always, man, peace and love.